Welcome to Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. I'm Jane Monzures. Today we're coming to you from Highland Yard Vintage, a place where all shoppers should come this holiday season. But before I show you around, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. We'll see why Highland Yard Vintage is the place to get your unique gifts this season. We'll show you how volunteers move the iconic home of Justice O'Connor. And I make a cool paper craft with the Crafty Chica. All that and more coming up on Arizona Living. Well, this is one of my most favorite places to be ever. We're at Highland Yard Vintage, and I am with Tricia Samsel. Tricia, this is not your average store, so explain what Highland Yard Vintage is.
What Highland is 4 days a month we open up, and new vendors come in, and each month everything comes out, new stuff comes in. There's a theme. The whole idea and concept is each month it's different. You get a whole different vibe, a whole different feeling.
And what makes it so unique is that you are only open 4 days a month. Explain that.
It allows the vendors and dealers to go out, find all the unique items, and bring them back to share with the customers, and it creates excitement. And you build that up, and people want to come, and you form relationships with customers, and they want to come see and hear and check out what you bought and take it back home with them.
So really it's one big building, like a big store with a bunch of little mini stores inside of it.
Yes, yes.
What kind of items can we get? It's not just vintage, there's handmade as well?
There's handmade as well. There's items, some things from market, some things, there's a lot of handmade in here. Like, they put in so many hours of bringing and making things for here. It's a building full of makers, which is great.
So for people that know Highland Yard Vintage, you have added some space.
Yes, we've added some more space up front, and then the people outside. We've expanded in the back. We've moved the cookies, so it allowed us to open up in the back and just make it a lot more open for customers to feel comfortable shopping in and have room to shop in.
Now, what kind of things are we going to find here? Is it home decor? Is it kitchen? Is it gifts?
It's kind of the whole range of everything. You can fill up your living room, your kitchen, your laundry room. Like, everybody really wants to do their laundry room now in a farmhouse style, so that's super popular. You can, for fall, for Christmas, for every holiday, there's something in here.
There's lines outside the front door. Why do you think this is such a popular place to come to?
I think because we build so much excitement, and all the dealers are so nice and so friendly, and they love talking with customers. Like, we have Dave, Shabby Man, who will go out there and sing to the customers. And what lady doesn't want to be crooned to by a cowboy? And everybody just has a good time here.
You're going to come back a little bit later on in the show. Yep. And we're going to talk about a special holiday event you have happening.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
A team of volunteers made it their mission to relocate the home of former Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor brick by brick. Let's take a look.
Every time I come to O'Connor House, I have a sense of awe. Every time we welcome members of the legislature, they are in awe that they are standing in the home of Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. There's a reverence, there is joy, and there is a feeling of goodness and what the best that our nation has to offer. I'm Sarah Suggs, President and CEO of the Sandra Day O'Connor Institute. We were founded in 2009 by Justice O'Connor after her retirement from the Supreme Court. And we have 3 areas of focus that really embody the life work of Justice O'Connor, which include civil discourse, civic engagement, and civics education. The house itself was, of course, built by Sandra Day and John O'Connor in the 1950s with the help of an adobe artisan, George Ellis, an architect who had studied under Frank Lloyd Wright. Leaders in the valley learned that the home was scheduled for demolition. And of course, that was absolutely intolerable as a concept because it was an historic home for many, many reasons. So those leaders started fundraising. And over the course of a few years and a few $1 million, they were able to bring in experts on moving an adobe home. In about 3 years, more or less, it was finally relocated to this beautiful location that is reminiscent of the desert landscape that they had originally.
I'm Janie Ellis, and I was the project manager for the deconstruction and reconstruction of the Sandra Day O'Connor house. We weren't sure how big the house would be, if it would shrink or expand in the move. So one of the things we really needed to do was get the roof in place before we put the walls up. So we jacked the roof up into the air and then built the walls underneath so that it all matched up the way it started out. Never been done before. It was a total experiment. This is the main house that Justice O'Connor and her husband raised the 3 children in. And I always kid and say that people who were raised in adobe houses have higher IQs. And Justice O'Connor always laughs, but she does agree with me. I think the house is a really piece of great architecture and history for Arizona. And I think it's going to serve a role in Arizona's future.
Justice O'Connor conducted herself in such a way that was so exemplary and a statesman, if you will. So it's important that this house endures. It's important that we continue to teach the generations of young people who will follow decades, if not centuries, about Sandra Day O'Connor and her historic role in our nation's history.
One of the good things about shopping vintage is whether you're furnishing an entire home or just looking for accessories, you can be sure they'll be one of a kind. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Help on selecting the right healthcare plan for you. And later, I'm crashing the craft room of the Crafty Chica for a very cool paper craft. Healthcare can be very expensive, but getting the right plan can help. So we talked to a health insurance expert about navigating the health insurance maze.
Hi, my name is King. I'm your local Medicare broker. I'm also the president of IWG, and what I do is I help people who qualify for Medicare select a health plan. I've been in the industry for over 15 years as far as insurance experience. I've been a specialist in Medicare for over 6 years. IWG is an agency that we specialize in Medicare health plans. We have a firm belief of customer first. Service is our most important thing we offer. I'll begin with our first offering, no-cost consultations. The reason why that's important is right now we're in pre-AEP or AEP. And for a lot of members, this is the time of year, if you qualify for Medicare, you're going to be able to review your current plan and compare it to next year's plan and all the wonderful changes. What I do is I help people navigate that process and help them make a great decision. The next one we offer is personalized service. When I enroll you, you get me, which follows into our third one, which is support services. Whether you have a question or you need assistance, we're going to be available for you all year round. What sets me apart from my peers? They're contracted with just one carrier. With me, I'm not obligated to just one carrier, so that allows me to help you review all the plans at one visit. In addition to that, I'm able to provide unbiased recommendations. You definitely want someone who knows the ins and outs of the industry. What I found is with healthcare, it's got its own language. It's simple as that. When you call in for service, you gotta ask the question in the language of healthcare. If not, they're not gonna know what you're talking about. So having a person that's specialized in healthcare, that's definitely going to be a big benefit. One that knows your plans. I have so many members who go for different visits and they get overcharged for a copay. You know, I've had members call me at the doctor's office and say, "Wait a minute, they're trying to charge me $200 and you told me it's supposed to be $50." I said, "Hold on," we'll get them educated. The process, usually we go out to their homes. We're very customer service oriented, so we try to make that as easy as possible. In addition to that, one of the first things I do is I sit and I listen. I do a full needs assessment, and you tell me what you want. And then after that, I begin to answer all your questions, and then granted, we'll get to the benefits, we'll explain all the benefits. And then after all that's settled, I'll help you enroll into the plan of your choice. The way it works out is I'm compensated or paid by the carriers. There's no money out of your pocket at all. So many people don't realize when it comes to insurance, I call it keeping them honest. You do want to shop. You do want to look at your plan, look at what your co-payments, what your rates are compared to what's available out there. And what I do is I streamline that process to help you navigate it so it's not an all-day proposition or a full-time job. You let me do that for you.
All right, I'm very excited about this next craft room crash. I am entering the Queen's Castle, the Crafty Chica, and she has a very creative paper craft to show us. This is Craft Room Crash, and I'm outside Kathy Cano Murillo's house. Now, she's also known as the Crafty Chica, and she considers her style Mexi boho with a lot of sparkles. So let's go crash her craft room and find out what Kathy is making today. Hey, Kathy!
Hi, Jane! Oh my gosh, are you ready to get your craft on?
I am ready, Crafty Chica.
Oh my God, let's go!
Oh, look at it, it's so bright and beautiful and so much fun. It's really spacious.
Hi, I'm Kathy Cano Murillo, the Crafty Chica. I make a living sprinkling glitter and gluing things.
So you have all of your like craft room addictions in here, I would say.
Yes, I like to think of it as Mexi boho style. And it's a combination of everything of my heritage, of my life, of things that I love. They're just all mishmashed together into a fun bohemian style. The Mexican style is glitzy, over the top, so extra.
So what are we making today?
Okay, we are going to make a really fun pocket book.
Oh, cute.
Made out of a piece of poster board.
No
a
way.
large piece of poster board.
Kathy, there's nothing I like more than a nice, clean, white piece of paper.
Yes, so much opportunity, right?
Yes.
First, we're going to take one sheet of this poster board and we're going to complete a series of folds. And then we're going to fold this bottom part up like this.
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
From there, we're going to snip at the peak of the fold in the center. And then this is the best part. You're going to love this part.
Okay.
Okay, fold the 2 pages around so that it creates a book, and then like that.
Oh my gosh, it's magic!
And we're gonna scotch tape the ends together so it stays nice and secure. After that, we're gonna use a glue stick and line it with scrapbook paper. So I'm just gonna roll this.
Does this have you feel like you're the second grader in class and you're doing really the easiest project ever and you're still cheating with your neighbor and you're like, how am I doing
What
this?
am I doing? And then we're going to trim all the edges with washi tape. And I love the text and the fonts because it just adds a little extra
Wow,
texture
look
to
at
it.
yours.
And then we're gonna add embellishments like pictures or gems just to give it some pop.
Kathy, you're so awesome. Thank you for having us. I'm never leaving. Thanks so much to Kathy, the Crafty Chica. Now we all know how to make a folded pocketbook, and that is what Kathy is doing in her craft room. What are you doing in your craft room? I'll see you next time. Okay, I need to get busy and finish this. When you come to vintage places like this, be sure to bring your room measurements. These one-of-a-kind items go quickly, and you don't want to bring something home that doesn't fit your space. Take a look at what's coming up next on the show. Retirement can be within reach if you have the right financial plan. We'll tell you how to do it. And the 12 Days of Christmas, an event you don't want to miss. Details coming up. Getting on the road to a successful retirement can be challenging, but the team at Trajan Wealth can get you on the right path.
Joining the military was one of the best things I ever did in my entire life. I went in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I joined in 1993, and I was honorably discharged in 1998. Then that's when I started in the financial services business. I was incredibly proud to serve my country, and this is the best country on earth. My name is Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth. I'm the president and owner of Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth is a full-service money management firm. We focus on not only money management using stock market-based investments, but we also utilize annuities and life insurance as well. Trajan Wealth's commitment is really to our client. You know, we act as a fiduciary in managing our clients' assets. So what fiduciary means is we have to act in the best interest of our clients. And we really put clients at the forefront of all our decisions that we make. So a fiduciary advisor doesn't have securities that they sell for commissions. And what that does is that aligns our interest with the client's interests, in that the more the client makes, the more that we ultimately make. And that incentivizes us to help grow their portfolio. A lot of financial advisors are duly registered, so if you were to ask them, are they a fiduciary, they may answer yes, but they are conflicted because they have another license that allows them to be a broker. All of the advisors here at Trajan are fiduciary advisors only. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about wealth is a lot of people think that you need a lot of money to be able to invest, that they may say something like, I'm not rich, I don't need to go see a financial advisor, but that's all the more reason that they need to come see a financial advisor, is to help get them on the road to a certain retirement. So when a client comes to visit Trajan Wealth, we're going to get a copy of their statement, and we're going to punch into our software and our systems all the different holdings that they have currently. And then we're going to be able to compare and contrast to what we're able to offer them. And we show a side-by-side comparison that shows the type of investments that they currently have, along with the costs, along with the performance, along with how much risk. And then we'll put a side-by-side comparison to make it very easy for them to understand it. We don't necessarily need to confuse them with all kinds of fancy jargon, right? We just need to lay it out in basic terms that they can understand, and makes it easy for them to make a decision. I understand that saving and investing isn't easy. I understand that it can be a difficult task, especially if you have kids and you have other obligations, you have work, and nobody earns enough, right? So what I'd say is just start saving a little bit. Save $50 a month, save $25 a month, save whatever you can, and then you'll see that it adds up rather quickly. It isn't one big cataclysmic decision that you make with investing, it's all the little ones that you make along the way. And that's where Trajan Wealth can come in and help you plan. We're not in the business of selling, we're in the business of educating. So we'll never sell a product, we'll never push a product. We want to understand our clients' needs and our goals and develop a deeper connection so we can help them out with financial planning and retirement planning, and really help them out not only in the year that we're in, but for years to come. Give Trajan Wealth a try. Simply go to our website, which is trajanwealth.com.
We are back at Highland Yard Vintage, and I'm with Tricia Samsel. Tricia, you have a very exciting Christmas event coming up. What is it?
It is the 12 Days of Christmas at Highland, and instead of us being open 4 days in November, we're going to be open 12 days. So everybody can come and just shop. You get plenty of time. Every day, vendors will be bringing in new stuff, so you don't have to worry about it getting thinned out at the end. Like, they have been making stuff. We started planning this in the summertime. Right. Like June, I believe, we started planning this, and we're like, okay, we've got all summer to build stuff.
During this 12 days of Christmas, what can guests expect when they come here?
They can expect a really fun Christmas shopping environment where they can find that special one-of-a-kind gift for a teacher, for family member, great food items as well to give. As you know, there's always somebody, and a lot of people will come and buy little extra gifts for somebody. They're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that person.
Right.
You're like, here's my stash of extra gifts. And then they can decorate their homes with some of the amazing things that some of the dealers find out on the road.
Sure.
And make as well.
It really is an experience, and it also can get you in the Christmas or the holiday mood, I would say, right?
Yes, I know Miss Shannon will be making, Christmas cookies, and, her extra special little touch that she does with those, and just all the extra little touches that everybody loves to do. I mean, at Christmas, we get to just kind of go wild with our imagination, and nothing is too big or too much.
So from a vendor perspective, because you're also a vendor,
yeah,
why is it good to have a location like this for someone like you?
It's great because if I think of something new, this is a great place to try it out and see what my customers like and get feedback and just get their excitement from it, and then that gets me excited to do more. And you just get a whole range of people that come through here.
Sure.
You get designers, you get moms, homemakers, business people, the whole range of people that come through.
And what kind of feedback do you get from the customers that you meet?
They come in and they love this place. They say this is their happy place. They come every month, they look forward to it, they mark it on their calendars, they bring their girlfriends, and it's just a fun shopping experience.
12 Days of Christmas, that's so exciting. What are the dates of that?
That will be November 14th through the 23rd, And then we'll close for Thanksgiving and then open back up for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, November 29th and 30th.
What a great place to come and enjoy. Tricia, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Have a good time.
All right, thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Arizona Living will be back in just a moment with decorating advice from American Furniture Warehouse. The holidays are just around the corner, and the folks at American Furniture Warehouse has some tips to help with your table.
This fall, let American Furniture Warehouse get your home ready for the holidays. And nothing freshens up a space like a new dining room. Here we've handpicked each item to create a rustic farmhouse theme that's timeless and sure to impress any guests. To start, we've anchored the room with a table that features a distressed look but elegant feel, thanks to the antique-like design of the legs and the patina finish. Keeping with the theme, we went with a china cabinet and buffet that matched the distressed look. Farmhouse-inspired art and decoration help build layers in the room. And my favorite piece are these decorative barn doors that help create warmth and texture in the room. With this look, it's important to remember it's okay to mix different tones together. You can still add a pop of color by adding greenery and bringing the outdoors in. As always, you can find everything in this room and more at American Furniture Warehouse.
We want to thank everyone here at Highland Yard Vintage for having us out today. If you haven't checked this place out yet, I encourage you to stop by. And there's plenty to do here. They're located behind one of Arizona's largest indoor antique malls, Merchant Square. And if you're looking for some good food to top off your day, the American Way Market is the perfect place to grab a bite. I'm Jane Monzures, and I'll see you next time on Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration, where we help you create an inspired life.